Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children, I am happy to welcome you all for our online teaching academy, Ekalaiva. For the class 12, subject Biobotany, chapter 2, the name of the lesson, Classical Genetics. Today, we are going to discuss about intergenic gene interaction. In the previous class, we discussed about intragenic gene expression interaction. Today, we are going to learn intergenic gene interaction. Interlocus is also the intergenic gene interaction is also called as interlocus gene interaction. So, the interlocus gene interaction takes place between the alleles of different loci. What is the meaning of loci, children? Loci or locus? Locus or loci. What is the meaning? Locus means the place where the gene is situated, the distance where the gene is present. So, this is a long cluster chromosome. One gene is present here, another gene is present here. So, this is called locus of one gene. This is the locus of another gene. Clear, children? So, the interaction between the alleles of different loci means different loci, different distance. Okay. This includes the following. The first one is dominant epistatis. What is the meaning of dominant? As I said previously, dominant means one who dominate the other. One boy is dominating the other. So, dominant epistatis is nothing but it is a gene interaction in which two alleles of a gene. See here, capital T, small t. This is one gene. The capital T is an allele, small t is another allele. So, two alleles of a gene at one locus interfere and suppress or mask the phenotypic expression of different pair of allele at another locus. So, the one locus 1, this is locus 2. This particular gene interfere and suppress the mask of the another gene to form the different phenotypic and genotypic expression. Again, I am telling, dominant epistatis is nothing but the gene interaction between the two different genes. One gene present in one distance, the another gene present in another distance. Okay. So, it is a gene interaction in which two alleles of a gene at one locus interfere and suppress the phenotypic expression, not genotypic, phenotypic expression of a different pair of alleles of another gene at another locus. Clear? The gene that suppress or marks the phenotypic expression is said to be epistatic. So, the gene that suppresses or masks the phenotypic expression of a gene at another locus is called epistatic. So, this gene suppress the phenotypic expression of another gene means this particular gene is said to be epistatic. Are you get my point, children? The gene whose expression is interfered by non-allelic genes and prevents from exhibiting its character is known as hypostatic. Epistatic, another one is hypostatic. When both the genes are present together, epistatic gene and hypostatic gene are present together, the phenotype is determined by epistatic gene only. Why? That epistatic gene is a dominant. Okay. So, when the two genes are present together, the phenotypic expression is determined by epistatic gene and not by the hypostatic gene. For example, in a summer squash, the fruit color locus has a dominant allele capital W. Dominant means capital W for white color. and recessive allele, small dominant means capital, recessive means small w for colored fruit. So dominant W allele is dominant that masks the expression of any color. In another locus, another distance, the hypostatic allele capital G is for yellow fruit and its recessive allele small g for green fruit. In the first locus, the white is dominant to color, whereas in the second locus, locus means nothing but distance, the place where the gene is situated. Clear? In the first locus, the white is dominant to the color, whereas in the second locus, yellow is dominant. See here, yellow is dominant to green, white is dominant to color. This is color, this is white. In second locus, yellow, it is marked as capital G, yellow is dominant to green. When white fruit with genotype, see here, white fruit having genotype capital W means white fruit with genotype capital W small g crossed with yellow fruit. This is the yellow fruit genotype, this is the parent plant. In the F1 generation, we are getting capital W, small w, capital G, small g. This is the F1 generation. Again I am telling, when the white fruit with genotype capital W, small g crossed with small w, capital G. Okay. So, the white fruit crossed with the yellow fruit, what will be the F1 generation means the genotypic ratio is capital W, capital G, small g. The phenotypic color is white color only. See here, see the picture, this is the parent generation, parent organ. This is the parent generation in summer squash plant. The white fruit, this is a yellow fruit. Here white color W, capital W, small g. Here yellow, small w, capital G. What is the gametes here? Capital W, small g and small w, capital G. They crossed with each other, the gametes fused together to form a zygote. This is the F1 generation. What is the genotypic ratio? Genotype means this is the genotype, capital G, small g. That expression is, phenotypic expression is white. And then this F1 generation again move on to self pollination takes place. So capital small crossed with capital W, capital G, small g. See here, what are the possibility? When F1 heterozygous plants are crossed, they give rise to F2 with the phenotypic ratio 12:3:1. 12 white, 3 yellow, 1 green. See here, this is a female and this is a male. These gametes fuse together, they are crossing. So white like this. 16 out of 16, 12 white, 3 yellow and 1 green. See here, the phenotype white fruit, yellow fruit and green fruit. The phenotypic ratio 12 white, 3 yellow, 1 green. 12:3:1, that is the ratio, phenotypic ratio. Clear children? Since W is epistatic, capital W dominant is epistatic to the allele G, capital G and small g. Capital G is nothing but yellow fruit. Clear? and this is a green fruit. The white, which is dominant, mask or suppress the effect of yellow or green. Homozygous recessive, this is a homozygous recessive small w genotype, only can give the colored fruit 4 out of 16. Double recessive, this is double recessive, w small w, small g, double recessive will give green fruit 1 out of 16. The plant having only G, only capital G in the genotype WWG capital G small g or WWGG will give the yellow fruit 3 out of 16. Okay. The next we move on to polygenic inheritance. The name itself you can understand that concept. Poly means many. Several genes, many genes combined, they are combined together. Many genes combine to affect a single trait, that is called polygenic inheritance. A group of genes that together determine a characteristic of an organism is called polygenic inheritance. 2 mark, sometimes they are asking in 2 mark question. So what is polygenic inheritance? Polygenic inheritance is nothing but a group of genes, several genes come together, they come close together. A group of genes together determine the characteristics of an organism is called polygenic inheritance. It gives explanation to the inheritance. What is the meaning of inheritance, children? Transfer of character. So it gives explanations to the inheritance of continuous traits which are compatible with the Mendel's law. The first experiment of polygenic inheritance was demonstrated by a scientist Nielsen and Eel in the year 1909 with wheat kernel. What is the meaning of kernel? What is kernel? Kernel is nothing but wheat seed. From this seed, wheat seed only, the wheat plant will grow. Okay, kernel is nothing but seed. See, the kernel color is controlled by 2 genes, each with 2 allele. One with red kernel color was dominant, 2 white. See here, red, capital R1, capital R1, cap R2, R2. This is the red, dark color. So kernel color, the seed color is controlled by 2 genes with each 2 alleles. One with red kernel color was dominant to white. So this is dominant, this is white. He crossed the true breeding. The dark red crossed with 2 white color, kernel color. The white varieties, the dark and white. The dark red genotype is R1, R1, R2, R2, and white genotype is small r1, small r1, small r2, small r2. So both are homozygous. This is also homozygous, this is also homozygous, this is dominant and this is recessive. The F1 generation is obtained is medium red, having the genotype capital R1, small r1, capital R2, small r2. This is the medium color. So when dark red kernel color crossed with white color, what will be the F1 generation is the medium red color. Again this F1 gets selfed. The F1 generation undergoes self pollination to form. See, the F1 wheat kernel produces 4 types of gametes. This F1 produces 4 different types of gametes. One is R1, R2, R1, small r2, small r1, capital R2, small r1, small r2. So these are the 4 different types of gametes produced from the F1 wheat plant. The intensity of red color is determined by the number of R genes. So how many R is present, that shows the intensity of the color. So if there is 4 R genes is present, that is said to be the dark red kernel is obtained. 3 R genes is present means medium dark. 2 R genes present means medium red kernel. 1 R gene means light kernel color is obtained. So if there is no R at all means the result should be in the white kernel. See here, 4 R, it is said to be dark red. The genotype contains 4 R, it is dark red. 3 R means medium red. 2 capital R means medium red. See here, 2 R genes means medium red, and then only 1 means light red. Only 1 R means light red. There is no capital R means white kernel color. The capital R gene is an additive manner produce the red kernel color. The number of each phenotype is plotted against the intensity of red kernel color which produce a bell-shaped curve. This results the distribution of phenotype. Other examples are height and skin color in humans are controlled by 3 pairs of genes. See the picture here, the same, the dark red parent plant, wheat kernel crossed with white. So we are getting F1 medium red. This F1 medium red crossed self pollination takes place. This is a female and this is male. These are the gametes. These gametes are fused. What will be the progeny? Here the dark red, and this is a red, dark red, medium red, this is also medium red, only 1 white. The data result shows that. So see here, dark red, only 1 dark red, and here 4 medium dark red, 1, 2, 3, 4 medium dark red, and 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 medium red, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 light red, and finally only 1 white kernel color obtained. Conclusion. Finally, the loci that was studied by Nielsen et al. Were not linked to, and the genes assorted independently. The genes are assorted independently. Later researchers discovered the third gene that also affects the kernel color of wheat. The 3 independent pairs of alleles were involved in the wheat kernel color. Nielsen et al. Found the ratio of 63 red is to 1 white in F2 generation. Thank you children, we will see tomorrow.